Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I am going to give a review of the Grinch. The Grinch. The Grinch. Okay, enough of that. So in today's video, I'm going to give a review of the Grinch 2018. You like my Grinch inspired outfit? That's another video. Anyway, so back to the show. So this Grinch is the Illumination inspired studio production. So it's a different version. It's more animated. It has a lot of more humor, in my opinion. And the kids, they really loved it. So if you've seen the previous versions of the Grinch, the cinematics and the style has been much different. But this one, I kind of liked it. I like all of the different Grinches for different reasons. I love the last Grinch that had Jim Carrey, and it was more 3D type of version, more live inspired version. I like that one because it had Jim Carrey in it. It was, it was a different spin on it. But this one, I like the animation and the cinematography. I hope I'm saying that right, that word correctly. I like the color. So let's talk about color scheme. So some of the older Grinches, they were a little bit darker with the tone and the cinematography. And then some of the newer ones, as time has progressed on, color has changed because of technology. So technology has changed, there's been more advances, and the color has changed. So that's one thing that I enjoy about it. It's a little bit brighter, even though the topic of loneliness, depression, and emotions is still the undertone of it, and the holiday season, and how people are disconnected from the holiday, disconnected from Christmas. A lot of people could really not give a shit about Christmas, really. And the commercialization of Christmas. All those themes are still there, but the color is different. And who doesn't love color? I mean, come on now. Who doesn't love color? Color makes you feel better. It makes, it just brings things, it just adds that pop and that spark to things and really can brighten your mood. So that's one thing that I really did like about it. And I like that there was a little bit more humor and play in the theme around emotion again. They talked about emotional eating. It was a lot of awareness there with how even though, there is a lot of there's a lot of connection with Christmas because families are getting together, friends are getting together, there's lots of food, there's lots of decorations, there's lots of light, but some people are not in that place for various reasons. And there was a different story of origin in this Grinch than the ones that I've seen before. Because in the previous Grinch, the story of origin was about the Grinch and how he was bullied and how he was raised by some lovely ladies, even though he, it did touch a little bit about him being an orphan and everything, and how he was raised by some lovely ladies, two lovely women that took really good care of him. They gave him love and joy and all these different things, but he was bullied by the person who had turned mayor. This was the previous Grinch. In this Grinch, the story of origin just talks about him being an orphan. And it shows how during the holidays, he didn't receive any gifts. He didn't have a Christmas tree. He didn't have presents. No one came to visit him. He was lonely. So many different topics that a lot of people are experiencing right now here in this country in particular. There are billions of people around the world, but so many people are lonely and they're isolated, which is really sad. And there's so many depressed people because people live in their own isolated community for whatever reason. whether they don't have family. You know, we have a lot of people who are moving and they don't have family. Their family may live in a different city or state, or maybe all their family has died. It's unfortunate because a lot of people who have lost their family or they've lost loved ones for some kind of traumatic experience. Maybe their loved ones were killed or they died from a terminal illness. So there's a lot of loneliness. So those topics and those themes were still there, but the story of origin was a little bit different because it just showed how in that he was being that he being an orphan, how it made him despise the holiday of Christmas because nobody gave, nobody cared about him. Nobody gave a shit. So he didn't. But he was a little, also another thing that I noticed is he was a little less Grinchy-ish in this version of the Grinch. I saw that. So there was a little bit less of the tone of him being a Grinch, being grumpy, being funky. I felt that way because the previous ones, I mean, it was dark. Like I said, the coloring was darker. The tone was darker. There wasn't much humor, but there's some humor in this one. And even how the kid, Cindy Lou, she shows an act of kindness, and he talks about kindness and love. You're showing kindness and love to people around some of the most saddest times of the year when people really need that holiday spirit. So if you're feeling in a funk or you're feeling down, or you don't care about all this commercialization, Christmas gifts and shopping and lights and so on and so forth, a simple act of kindness can go a long way to someone else. So again, I like this one. Excuse me. I like this version of the Grinch. And even the scene where he stole Christmas. That scene was a little bit shorter than in some of the previous Grinches. I felt like they fast tracked to him, his heart growing bigger and him getting into that spirit a little bit faster in this movie than in previous movies. All of the dramatics and everything still there, but again, much different. And also there were some reindeer in this version of the Grinch that I don't remember in the previous versions. So he and Max, his dog, they search for reindeers and they find reindeers. And to me, that's kind of symbolic of, our search for community, our search for our own tribe and how we're looking, we're on the hunt, so on and so forth. So I felt that he, that was much different, and he was on that journey for a search for community, and he did find it with the reindeer, and he had some really good examples of community and family and love and kindness. And of course, in the end, it's very similar in that he was invited to dinner with Cindy Lou and the community, and how that piece about acceptance and forgiveness, despite what he did, he said, "I'm sorry. I'm glad that you all have accepted me. And I'm really happy to be here and be celebrating Christmas because I've hated Christmas for so many years." So I will give this a thumbs up. I really did enjoy it. My kids enjoyed it. I love the evolution of technology and cinematics. So hope that you enjoyed this movie review. Give the video a like, subscribe, and stay tuned. I'll be coming back with more movie reviews and more videos in general. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.